state of New York, Aaron Spitzer.
Malcolm, and I'm not saying what I ever did or didn't say, but you know, it's amazing how quoting a little James Taylor can get you in trouble. Such a nice, placid type of music, and I don't know. Thank you all for being here. This is enormously important. And Malcolm is right. We've been able to do some things over the last couple weeks that begin to resuscitate the public's faith and confidence that those of us who've been elected know what our job is. That we're going to get up to Albany and first clean up the mess and then give you a state that leads in terms of education, healthcare, job creation, housing, civil rights. We're going to make ourselves a national leader. And we can do it. We can do it. Only if we take back the Senate. It's that simple. And that's why the race on Tuesday, which Craig is going to win, is so unbelievably important. We have to keep this progress going in the right direction. And I was told by, you know, some very smart, erudite folks up in Albany who'd been there maybe a little bit too long. A lot of folks fit into that category. They came to me middle of last summer, and we were working on a couple of the Senate races, and we won some, but not enough. And some of the candidates who are going to win those races next time out are here, and we're going to make sure that we take that majority. We're going to do that. But they said to me, you know, they kind of thought maybe I'd win in November. They said, you know, you're not really supposed to get involved in those races. You know, it's not quite the role of a governor to get involved in state Senate races. And I looked at him and I said, why not? Explain this to me. I believe in what I'm saying. I believe in what we're going to do. I want to fight for every seat. I'm going to work with you after November 7, and we'll be collegial, and we'll do what is right for the public. But every time there's a race, every time there's a seat, I will get out there and tell the public what I think, what the values are. It's not so much that I think it, it's that the public thinks it. And you know, the mandate that emerged last November, as I said, it's not because I'm good looking or charming or funny. You didn't need to respond to that. It's because the public is finally fed up with the way things have been.
Yeah.
We're going to change it. We are going to change it. And when we put out a budget yesterday, it has some very simple points in it. You know, the numbers all get complicated, but some very simple points. We're going to put enough money into our educational system so our kids can get the best education in the nation. It's not complicated. We're not wasting money, we're not throwing it away. We're going to be as tough and as rigorous in the way it's spent as anybody can be. But we're not going to be satisfied with what the Court of Appeals said was mere adequacy. And so when I'm told by the folks on the other side of the aisle, well, we don't need to put in a penny more than what the court said was necessary to be adequate, I look at them and say, wait a minute, adequate is what New York is not about. We're about excellence. We're about being the best. We're not about having a state where in Buffalo, only 17% of the 8th graders perform at grade level in math.
Wow.
That's the sort of statistic that scares us. We're going to be better than that. In Brooklyn, in Nassau, in Manhattan, in the Bronx, in Erie County, everywhere in the state. We're going to have a healthcare system that ensures every kid in the state. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to change the way things are done. So, this means, very simply, we need Craig. We need Craig Johnson to win on Tuesday, to push back and say the way things have been at every level is no more. Seeing us drop down in the public's esteem in job growth, income level, intellectual achievement. The way people look at New York in the future is going to be the way they used to look at us. We're going to have the pride of New York back again very shortly, and it's because of all of you. And so, thank you for your dedication, your work. Politics is not about the candidate whose name is on the ballot. It's about the values we stand for. Those are the values that bind us together. It's the set of values that made the races in November so overwhelming, and it's going to happen again on Tuesday. And so, now let's hear from Craig. Craig is, as we heard from Liz, he's out there. Now, does he stand at the same train station every morning? Now, waiting for a train to go the right way? There's no train direct to Albany from that station. He's working hard. So Craig has a message for us, and then we can go back and enjoy the evening.